Hello all, welcome to Forest Biology. So from today we are going to start a new course, that is series NCERT highlights. So basically this has many features which I have already explained in my previous video. Apart from that, I will tell you the main points which I would like to tell you. So this is basically one short video of each chapter, and here you will have highlighted points which are very important PYQs which have already been asked, and also the most probable questions from which they can ask. So for each chapter you'll have this, and this will be of a lesser duration with your concept clarity, and with you can also note down these or mark it in your NCERT as well. So when you start reading the NCERT, read the NCERT one time, then uh, every time you no need to read NCERT again. You have to just go through these highlighted important points. So this much is enough. Once you just glance the complete NCERT, the highlighted points are the most important. So without making anything, so let's start this. The first chapter is Living World, and this will be according to the reduced syllabus. And also this will be of a lesser duration, so that you should take more time in revision and question practice, not in watching the lectures. So this is basically a one short video of each chapter. So today we are going to start the Living World chapter. So the first thing is you have to remember the number of species that are known and described range is between 1.7 to 1.8 million. This have already come in test at previous years many times. So just learn this. The number of species that are known and described range between 1.7 to 1.8 million. So this number refers to the biodiversity or the number and types of organisms present on the earth. Next, there is a need to standardize the naming of living organism. So naming in the sense nomenclature, this nomenclature will be same all over the world. There is no change. Nomenclature or naming is only possible when the organism is described correctly and we know to what organism the name is attached to. So this is basically called identification. If you see for plants, the naming will be provided by International Code for Botanical Nomenclature, ICBN. This full form is very important. Animal taxonomists have evolved International Code of Zoological Nomenclature, that is ICZN. These two are important. So the name will have two components, that is generic name and specific epithet, that is nothing but genus and species. So this is called as binomial nomenclature. The naming system this was given by Carolus Linnaeus. Okay, so if you see the scientific name of mango, it is called Mangifera indica. So Mangifera represents, the first one is the genus, while indica is the species. So there are few rules for naming the species. You can tell, that is, the first is they're generally in Latin, but they're written in italics, and they're Latinized or derived from Latin irrespective of their origin. The second rule is, first word is genus, second one is species. Third rule is, both the words in biological name, when you write by hand, it is separately underlined, or when it is printed in italics to indicate their Latin origin. The fourth one is, the first word denoting the genus starts with the capital letter. So M starts with capital and I starts with the small letter. And if there is a name of the author, it should appear after the species name. So this indicates that the first Mangifera indica was discovered by or described by Linnaeus. So this is it. Next, they have mentioned about classification. Classification is the process by which anything is grouped into convenient categories based on some easily observable characters. So this is basically classification. You need to know what is nomenclature, identification, and classification. Next, I have spoken about taxa here. So taxa can indicate categories at various levels. For example, plants also form a taxa, wheat is taxa, animals is taxa, all these are taxa. Based on the characteristics, all living organisms can be classified into different taxa. This process of classification is called taxonomy. So taxa, taxonomy. Characterization, identification, classification, and nomenclature are the processes that are basic to taxonomy. So these four you have to remember. And what is called as systematics? There is a word systematics. This relates to different kinds of organisms and their diversities. Relationships among them is called systematics. So This is a derived from Latin word. Systema means systematic arrangement of organisms. So Linnaeus used Systema Naturae as the title of his publication. You have to know the book name, that is Systema Naturae. So the systematics takes into account of evolutionary relationships between the organisms. So this is also very important. Next, taxonomic categories. What are taxonomic categories? Since the category is a part of overall taxonomic arrangement, it is called as taxonomic category. And all the categories together constitute a taxonomy hierarchy. So all the taxonomic category will come into taxonomic hierarchy. So each unit of classification or this rank is called as taxon. In plural, they call it as taxa. Each rank or taxon in fact represents a unit of classification. So there are taxonomical studies of all known organisms have led to development of common categories, such as, you have to remember the sequence which is most important, that is kingdom, phylum or division. Division in case of plants and phylum in case of animals, which you will study in animal kingdom. Then class, order, family, genus and species. So if you remember from this side, it will be easy, like species, genus, family, order, class, division, kingdom. Now we'll go through each category, but in this you no need to mostly remember the examples. They won't ask you example, you should just know what is species. So taxonomic studies consider a group of individual organisms with fundamental similarities as species. Species is the most lowest one. Then genus is group of related species. Family is group of related genera. Order is group of related families. So it goes on like this. The class, this class is a group of orders, related orders. Then phylum, this class comprises of fishes, amphibians, reptiles, birds, all these is called phylum. And for plants, you tell it as division. So if you know this, it is enough. Species, genus is a genus has related species, families has related genus, and so on. So kingdom, all animal belongs to various phyla. So they have divided into kingdom Animalia and Plantae. Animalia comes for animals and Plantae comes for plants. So this is most important. The number of common characters goes on decreasing. So the lower the taxa, more are the characters that the members within the taxon share. Higher the category, greater is the difficulty of determining the relationship to other taxa at the same level. Species, in the sense, you have many relationship, but if you go up, that is kingdom, you, it will be difficult to determine the relationship. So that is what. So in this table they have asked many questions for the previous years also. So it is the main thing which you have to remember is Homo sapiens is nothing but man. Housefly is Musca domestica. So the family is Muscidae. And for mango it is this, and sapindales, this is a dicot, and wheat is a monocot. So you have to remember the family and order for this. So this table, in this the highlighted one is most important, and these two also remember, MD, mango dicot, and wheat is monocot. So this is all about this chapter. So I've tried to cover all the very important points and the PYQs and the most probable questions which can be expected from this chapter. So thank you all. Please like, share and subscribe so that you don't miss out any notification. Thank you.